It. Today is going to be a fantastic show because my co-host is here, Miss Lisa Garten. She is a Lamaze instructor, a pediatric nurse, a mother of four. She's amazing, and anytime she's here, it's a fantastic show. I'm really happy to have her here. And the star in the chart today is going to be going out to the NIH, which is the National Institute of Health. We know of these folks.
Yes.
We got together to talk about vbacs, which is vaginal birth after cesarean. And for the longest time, women have been told that if you have once a C-section, always a C-section. They're not allowed to have a vaginal birth after cesarean. So this conference got together, and after the conference, they have discovered that, hey, maybe we should let women have a voice. Maybe we should let women have a chance at having a VBAC. Same news, but in other newspapers around the country and in California. My girlfriend called me up this morning and said that in her paper in Pleasanton, she said it made the front page news, but in Fresno, it made the back of B2. Women need chance to avoid C-section, panel says. Too many pregnant women who want to avoid a repeat cesarean delivery are being denied the chance, concludes a government panel that urged doctors to rethink litigation-spurred policies that have swung the pendulum back toward the days of once a C-section, always a C-section. 15 years ago, nearly 3 in 10 women who had a first C-section were able to deliver their next baby vaginally, a trend called VBAC for vaginal birth after cesarean. Now that rate has dropped to 1 in 10, in part because a third of hospitals and half of physicians ban women from attempting VBAC. A panel of specialists convened by the National Institutes of Health said Wednesday. So big ups to the NIH for listening, and big ups to my girls at the Big Push for Midwives.
Yes.
They had all of their ladies out there talking to them, showing them evidence-based stuff, and letting them know, hey, I think that what we've been doing is wrong, and lo and behold, they listen.
Option you might have been told was just a thing of the past.
That's right. You know, in recent years, many doctors have been forced to stop offering VBACs, or vaginal births after cesarean sections, because their malpractice insurance just simply wouldn't cover it. But now one local doctor is offering women a choice. Soon, there will be one more little one to read to. 27-year-old Sarah James is expecting her third child.
Because all I wanted was a trial of labor. You know, if it happened to be C-section, then it happened to be, I just wanted someone to give me the chance to try.
A chance that some doctors weren't even willing to offer. You see, Sarah had a C-section with her first child and was considered to be a higher risk for uterine rupture and other complications if she was to deliver the old-fashioned way.
I had gone to a couple other physicians asking about having a VBAC, and both of the physicians told me that I couldn't do it.
That's when Sarah made an appointment with St. Anthony obstetrician Dr. Robert Ryan, who was willing to give her the chance to deliver vaginally after having had a C-section.
That's really what drives my practice. Is I try to empower patients to make their own decisions, tell them the risks, and if they choose to accept those risks and do it, I think they ought to have that choice.
It's a choice Dr. Ryan says he can offer his patients because his malpractice insurance now covers the procedure.
It's very liberating. I'm very pleased that I've been able to do this.
A giraffe!
But for now, Sarah and her husband are just taking it one child at a time.
Since the beginning of time, raw milk, first from a mother's breast and then from cows and other mammals, has nourished people around the world. Those populations that consumed raw milk had a competitive immune advantage over those that did not. 80% of the human immune system consists of good bacteria in the gut. Raw milk contains a biodiversity of these essential bacteria that build the immune system like no other food. At Organic Pastures, we believe in growing healthy kids and families. After breastfeeding, cow's milk is the most natural next step for your baby's belly and continued immune system development. Even local doctors prescribe it. Another great fact, raw milk rarely causes lactose intolerance. What a precious, delicious gift from Mother Nature.
Before we go on, I wanted to thank one of our sponsors, which is Simple Wishes. This is a bustier that helps, it's a pumping bustier design that supports hand compression and massage for maximum expression of milk production. All you have to do is unzip the bustier from the bottom up to loosen the band, which creates hand access to the breast. Have you ever seen this before?
No.
Lisa is a lactation counselor, so I'm going to blow your mind right now. Check this out.
Please do.
This is the one that we're supposed to be giving away. I'm opening it up. Check this out. Look at this number. This is the bustier. Feel how soft it is, first of all. This is amazing.
Wow.
Now, notice, now, we're all moms here, so I can do this, right? What you do is, okay, this is a bustier. Now, check this part out. Hello, no snaps or anything. I'm going to get right here. Da-na-na-na-na. Okay, yeah, all right. So, you wear it like this. You put in your flanges right here and right here. Dun-da-da. And it has, like, if you can see this, I'm going to show you really quickly. It has like 4 panels on the inside and on the outside. So that this is phenomenal. This is a fantastic product. I just found them. We're actually selling it on the Open Sky Project.
Oh,
on my
excellent.
Open Sky shop. This is the Pumping Gal's best friend. It is awesome. VBAC is a vaginal birth after cesarean, and they've just discovered that, lo and behold, it's safer for women. It's a safer option than another C-section. Women have been told for a long time now that once a C-section, always a C-section. And I wanted to share with women what the NIH just discovered.
Not wanted by the providers because
Right.
of their malpractice insurance and by the hospital for risk management. However, they do lots of other interventions and procedures which cause far greater risk of uterine rupture than VBAC ever thought about.
Yeah, oh, okay, so like an example of that would be
Pitocin
induction.
induction, cytotec induction. Yeah. You know, the evidence shows that both of those items carry a far higher risk of uterine rupture than VBAC does. Now, when Gena and I are talking about VBAC being low risk, we're talking about normal, natural birth. VBAC with induction or augmentation is a little bit different story. And the risks associated, of course, go up. Not
Right.
so much because of the VBAC, but because of the risk of the other things already.
Yeah, it's not you going into labor that's dangerous. It's how you go into labor. Did
And
labor
how you're managed.
and
during
how you're
labor.
managed during labor. So there's so much to it. And one of the first tenets of Lamaze is the labor begins on its own.
Correct.
And that's huge. I think a lot of women are seduced into the idea of being induced because you're pretty much done. By your 38th week, you're like, no more, please get this baby out of me.
But your baby might not be done.
Right, but you exactly. And we have so many children with breathing problems in this country, and a lot of them were born early, maybe a
Yeah.
little too early. Maybe they weren't done cooking. And it's kind of hard to be able to tell. You can't really stick a fork in you and find out when the baby's done. So the best way to know, I think, is just to let Junior tell you when he's ready to come out.
Correct.
So if you let the baby come out on its own, let's say you already had a C-section, you're hoping to VBAC, and the best way to do it and the safest way to do it is to let labor start on its own.
Definitely.
And then you really need to be paying attention to where you're going to be having your baby and who's going to be at your birth.
And is your provider really open to VBAC? I mean, Gena and I are both doulas, and we have unfortunately experienced with clients on several occasions where their obstetrician told them at the beginning, oh yeah, I'll do your VBAC, no problem. But then when they get to be 36, 37 weeks, I don't think that's so safe anymore.
Yeah,
I've
suddenly.
changed my mind.
Yeah, where you were in this relationship with your physician, your care provider, and he said, oh yeah, this, or she said,
Yeah?
oh yeah, well we do this all the time. Oh yeah, you can have a VBAC, sure. And then you get there, and it's not the same story. And by then, I think a lot of women think, oh, it's too late for me to even think about changing my care provider because I'm at 38 weeks. Is it too late?
Never. I mean, there are providers in the Central Valley that do VBAC. If you have Kaiser is known for being very open to VBAC. But we do have, private providers as well. And as a doula, I've attended VBAC deliveries in all of the hospitals. So it's not that nobody doesn't do them. They do them. They might not be real happy about it.
Or they may not want to do them. And I've heard of some women told by doctors that you can't do that in this town.
Oh, one of my own clients was told after her first, first C-section 4 years ago, oh, well, you have to have another C-section because nobody here does VBAC. And then
heard
she
that.
discovered that that was a non-truth, and recently had a wonderful VBAC delivery after 2 cesareans.
Yay! Congratulations, girl. You go.